Hello tacticians, it's Nox here, and so is the Draft Tournament Arena. I have recently unlocked Marneus Calgar, and I've so far got him up to Gold 1, and trust me, he's going to be taken up even further. But we see this guy a lot in the Tournament Arena, and I thought, well, why? And spoiler alert, it's because he is very good. And the reason why he's good is the Rites of Battle. Here it's at level 30, so it's a bit higher than what it is in the TA, but you can see it adds additional damage for adjacent friendly units, and if they're Imperial, it adds even more. And then on top of that, you've got the Gauntlets of Ultramar, which act as an AoE if you can get into the middle of a bunch of enemy units. Combine that with a unit such as Ragnar Blackmane with his buff to crit chance, and he is actually very good. And even if you don't have Blackmane, put this guy next to Calendis, Sarkwell, Thaddeus, and watch them delete the enemy units. But before we go into the games, I just want to say my usual thank yous, and today they go to Cypher, Friendly Gun Guy, Hondo, Tank House, AJ Saurus Rex, Go On, and Master of Maggots. All of you have used my friend code, and it is very much appreciated, as it really does help me out. So thank you once again. One final thing, if you head along to tacticusgame.com, there is a Gleam competition, and if you want 5 extra chances to win, enter in the code LOVEWINNING, and don't we all love winning, into the creator code section, and you'll be in with a chance to hopefully win some of the goodies. And now let's have a look at Marneus in action. So here I am going first against Eldos. Now, as you can see, I've got a couple of my melee units down, Ragnar, Godswill and Celestine, and they've got a more traditional shooty with Rayvas and Shosil. So, I decided to bring in Marneus Calgar. Now, the reason for this is I was hoping it would trick them into thinking I'm using the pure melee setup. I then moved Blackmane to pick up the health power-up, as he can be a little bit squishy on his own and people will target him to stop the roar that he has. And in preparation for that roar, I put Godswill up beneath the barbed wire because he'll be able to move past it. So you can see the enemies brought in Celestine and Calendis. And they're moving into a very defensive position at the top, thinking that they're probably safe. Especially if they put Overwatch on Rayvas, which they don't do. So if they had done, I would have brought in Thaddeus to remove that Overwatch. But after a bit of thinking, I end up bringing in Sarkwell because of his AoE attack, which will hit both Rayvas and Thaddeus. Not quite killing them, but certainly doing a decent amount of damage. And there goes Blackmane's roar, and I go in to kill Shosil. Although it did fail, unfortunately. But everyone's on quite low health, and I get rid of Rayvas with Godswill. And I think I made a mistake here. I probably should have gone in with Blackmane after the roar to hit Celestine, but I moved in with Calgar instead. Blackmane backs him up. Especially since Blackmane with Calgar next to him, if I did it the other way round, would have got the bonus to attack and it would have killed off that extra Gemini Superior which appeared. Now, Godswill lives up to his name and basically takes a whole bunch of damage before he dies. And I lose Sarkwell there, but that's fine. He's done a lot of damage to everyone. And here, I can put Marneus Calgar right in the middle, use his AoE attack, and really clear up the board. Now, I couldn't remember if I've lost 1 or 2 of the Gemini Superior here, so I send in Blackmane, who's got his health upgrade, so Calendis wasn't going to do much. And I was torn. Did I send my Celestine to pick up the defence or the offence? Now, their Celestine has already got a melee power-up, so I couldn't really risk them getting the damage power-up as well, because that Celestine would become a powerhouse. So I pick it up with mine. And they've got a choice. They can either go for the defensive one or try and kill mine off. Instead, they go for my characters. So all I do in the end, I'm having to think and play around, and I move Calgar down, so I've got both Blackmane and Celestine can move up to do the damage, but Blackmane on his own killed off their Celestine. Okay, and we're going second here against Basilio. And I've got a bit of a mix down. I've got Blackmane down along with Godswell. Sarkwill's there as well. They do a very interesting one, which is dart straight across to pick up the health power-up, which does deny it for me, but it does put Bellator in a bit of a open position to be attacked. But Bellator is fairly tanky, so maybe not a terrible move. And I imagine this player is fairly new to the game, although it must have been playing it a while if they have Calendus, as some of the other troop choices aren't the best for TA, but here we're just highlighting Calgar. So I bring in Calgar first and move him one space. That will then allow Godswill to move up and use the buff from Calgar. Here we go, get that extra 175 damage as he attacks. You know, I'm trying to think what to do with these three units. I didn't really want to go into the middle because of Archimatos there, whereas I really shouldn't have worried about that because the Gemini Superior would have been summoned down. So maybe I should have put her in, but it doesn't work out too bad in the end. So there's Bellator taking a beating at the top, and Celestina pick up the melee power-up, and I then move Sarkwell to take another shot, really just whittling down Bellator as he does have a lot of health. And I pass the go. So I'm glad I didn't move Celestine into the middle at this point because of Vindicta. She would have made a right mess of the summons and probably would have killed Celestine off. So sometimes it's really good not to overextend. And as you see, Godswill earning his name there and withstanding a hit from Calendus. So my first port of call will be to kill Archimatos. He's too dangerous to leave for him to get his summons. And Celestine does the job perfectly. There's the Roar, which I probably should have done, but it gives Calgar a buff to his crit chance. So we'll see me move him down, so he's within range of a number. And hits quite a few, not quite clearing it up, but doing decent damage. And again, because Godswill isn't actually attacking when he moves next to him, Calendus doesn't get the chance to attack first and do the damage. So Godswill is absolutely amazing to use versus Calendus. A lot of people used to use Ulf. I think Godswill is the new Ulf. So he's still got the Flamer, which he's going to use to wreck Ragnar and Calgar here. And I just checked to see, wondering why. He must have got unlucky because it is a silver 1 Vindicta. And again, lots of damage on Bellator there, and finish it off. So, unsurprisingly, yes, Calgar is good in the Taunt Arena, and he's also very good to use against the guild raid bosses. So if you haven't yet got this character, I will strongly advise you start farming for him as soon as you can. And I've actually got another video which shows you how to complete the elite mission with the Necrons, so you can actually start doing that there. If you like these videos, then it would be much appreciated if you at least think about using my friend code, as it really does help me out. Or if you or your guilds are looking for a new home, please reach out to any of the guilds shown, as we'll always welcome new people into our midst. As always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the battlefield.